There exists a certain kind of creature in the world. They have been discovered by a few people, but they have not been officially recognized. We collectively refer to these creatures as unidentified mysterious animals. For unidentified biological entities, they are abbreviated as UMA. Hello everyone, welcome to the UMA series videos. In this episode, we will share with you a mysterious creature from the United States, the Dover Demon. In the 1970s, in the state of Massachusetts, USA, a bizarre creature sighting incident caused public panic. On the evening of April 21st, 1977, around 10 p.m., in the town of Dover, a 17-year-old teenager named William Bartlett was driving near a farm when he saw a small humanoid creature crawling along a stone wall by the roadside. At first, he thought it was just an ordinary pet or poultry, but when he shone his car headlights toward it, he realized that the creature was beyond his understanding. According to his description, the creature was under 4 feet tall, humanoid, but with significantly different body proportions compared to humans. It had a large, bowl-shaped thin body, long and slender limbs, curled fingers, and was completely hairless. Its rough skin had a peachy pink hue. When it turned to look at the headlights, 2 large, glowing orange eyes could be seen. Feeling tense, Bartlett did not stop to check further. He quickly drove away from the area. Although the sighting lasted only about 7 or 8 seconds, Bartlett relied on his memory to sketch the creature he had seen. He also wrote a note, swearing on the Bible, that he had truly seen this creature. From the drawing, we can clearly see that the creature's body structure resembles a primate. However, a mere claim from a teenager without evidence was not enough to convince people. Coincidentally, 2 hours later, around midnight on April 21st, another 15-year-old teenager named John Baxter saw the creature while walking home along Miller Hill Road. According to his description, he initially thought it was a friend, playing a prank on him, and even called out to it. But the creature did not respond. Upon closer inspection, the creature looked like a monkey, but its body proportions were clearly distorted. His feet clung tightly to a rock. His upper limbs grasped a large tree. Under the gaze of a pair of light-colored eyes, Baxter felt frightened and uneasy. He quickly fled back to the main road, and the sketch of the creature he drew was almost identical to the one drawn by. But that was not the end. A third sighting occurred the next day, on April 22nd. Once again, at night, 15-year-old Abby Bram and 18-year-old Will Tater were driving along Springdale Avenue when they saw the creature crossing the road. Breham described it as having a large oval-shaped head and slender limbs. Its round, large eyes emitted a bright glow. Tater, who only caught a quick glimpse, described the creature as having a large head and a brownish-thin body. These were all the reported sightings of the creature. Later, someone noticed that the locations of the 3 sightings could be connected in a straight line on a map. In the following period, the media received information from the police stating that the creatures reported by these teenagers might be a hoax. However, officials interviewed several witnesses separately. The investigation found that they had no prior connection, eliminating the possibility of a coordinated prank. For a time, news of the mysterious creature in Dover spread like a monsoon across the world. It also attracted the attention of many scholars. The renowned cryptozoologist Loren Coleman became the first to lead an investigation into this creature. He named it the Dover Demon. Coleman speculated that the Dover Demon might have existed long before, but people had not taken it seriously. During his investigations, he discovered that as early as the there were rumors at the local Sherborne High School that several students had seen strange, small creatures in the woods. Similarly, in 1972, someone claimed to have seen the same creature near a pond by Springdale Avenue. The local police even sent officers to search for it, but found nothing. The investigation soon reached a dead end. After being sighted twice in 2 days, the Dover Demon disappeared. Many adventurers and scholars searched for its traces, but in vain, as if it had never existed. Until today, nothing has happened. There have been no new sightings of the Dover Demon. This makes people doubt, does this creature really exist? As for the truth about the Dover Demon, a large number of people believe it is a newborn moose, or a pony, due to lighting conditions. It caused the witnesses to experience visual distortions. This explanation also considers the age of the witnesses, which is generally young. There may be a possibility of cognitive inadequacy, but the author feels this explanation is unreliable. Firstly, I searched online for images of these 2 creatures. Even in their juvenile stage, their skulls would not show disproportionate features. and their limbs are body-shaped, which does not match the description of the witnesses. Secondly, in 2006, the first witness, Bart, when interviewed, stated he knew exactly what he had seen. And he said he was a serious person and would not make things up. At the time, he was already 46 years old and was a famous artist. Clearly, he had enough cognitive ability. Another explanation suggests the Dover Demon is an extraterrestrial being. It is well known that the United States is a country frequently visited by UFOs, and the Dover Demon's large head shape happens to match the early perception of extraterrestrials. In Massachusetts, there were indeed reports of unidentified flying objects in 1952. Everything seems reasonable, but Coleman pointed out in his 2013 book, Monsters of Massachusetts, that the Dover Demon is not a ghost, fairy, or extraterrestrial traveler. It is a living, abnormal phenomenon. Similarly, Bartlett also mentioned in his interview that he does not think the Dover Demon is an alien creature. So, this explanation is highly controversial. There is also an interpretation leaning towards a mythical nature, believing the Dover Demon is a member of the Manasses, a small humanoid race in Celtic mythology. Manasses are typically described as small primate-like creatures with long legs and arms, each hand having 6 fingers, a round, hairless head, large eyes and no nose. They live in crevices of rocks by the river. The author carefully searched for information on this creature and found that due to many people linking them with the Dover Demon, this caused both pictures and literature to describe it as the aforementioned form, but in fact, the Manasses in folklore are mostly recorded as furry, clothed little dwarfs, exactly the opposite of the Dover Demon, and they do not have glowing eyes or 6 fingers. Aside from another legend in Massachusetts speaks of a dwarf tribe called Pagoji. It originally meant wild people, and is said to be an indigenous group of Americans, primitive humans with human-like forms, possessing intelligence and harboring hostility toward humans. They stand between 2 to 3 feet tall, with gray skin, large ears and fingers, and they can use magic. Most depictions describe them as having spines similar to porcupines. Both of these theories lack actual evidence. They exist only in oral traditions. Since the first sighting of the Dover Demon, 45 years have passed, and this creature has still not been confirmed to exist. The author believes the possibility of this creature existing is, but it is small. From an evolutionary biology perspective, from ancient times to now, there have been legends of wild men or dwarves around the world, some of which are true, some are false. But just like the giant squid, although its legend can be traced back to the 4th century BC, it wasn't confirmed to exist until 2004. Who would have believed that an invertebrate could grow over 10 meters long? The reason I believe the possibility is small is because I think there are slight differences in the descriptions of the witnesses. In fact, before the 1980s, there were still many species that hadn't been defined. Perhaps the so-called Dover Demon has already entered people's lives, but we haven't connected them together. Still, as I said, the unknown will always be greater than the known, and that's the charm of UMAs. Alright, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching.